All right, well, good afternoon. Welcome to what's become our bi-weekly news conference. Of course, these are sponsored by Georgia Power each week. Our basketball teams, as you know, are in full Southern Conference competition mode. Today we're going to hear from both our women's coaches and men's coaches, plus a couple of players, Nahawa Diarra for the women and Zaire Williams for the men. Women just completed a couple of home games against Furman and Wofford. They'll be on the road this week at Chattanooga for a game Friday afternoon, and then on to Johnson City to play ETSU to play the Bucks Sunday at 4. Coach, take it away.
Well, hello. How's everybody? Keeping warm? Yeah. All right. No, just want to start out by just talking a little bit about our team and just talking about how proud I am of them and our growth. I know these last 2 home games we didn't get the wins that we wanted, but just really feel like our growth and where we're going and the learning and everything that we're having to do, we're getting better. I think we got to clean up some scout-specific things as far as how we're guarding in tight situations, and then being able these 2 games at home we didn't start out as well as we've been starting. We've kind of had to play comeback, but we've talked about that as a group. I'm just super excited. We got a lot of basketball left. As you all recall, I always talk about playing your best basketball in February. I know we're getting close to February, and I think we're really close to playing our best basketball. So we're excited for the challenge for this week coming up to go to Chat and to ETSU and just continue to keep growing and being able to take care of business in the moments and the times when we need to. But I brought Nahawa today because just really proud of her leadership. She's been amazing and just helping our team through everything every day with practice, in the games, and as a coach, you always want to especially have like a 5th-year player, grad player, being able to echo the things that you're saying and what you're doing. And I think that she is a big part of why we are where we're at right now and right at the cusp of just continuing to grow to be a better team. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.
Coach, I think something that was interesting to me, I think you guys are the leader in points scored per game through the first 8 conference games. Last year there were some offensive struggles, but how much confidence does that give you as a coach that you guys are putting the ball in the basket? It may not result in wins, but you guys are still putting the ball in the basket, scoring things like that.
Well, I think anytime you can have the opportunity to see the growth, game by game, I think that's a very big positive. We all know, and I know the girls, they love playing offense, but I also think they've done a great job of hanging our hat on defense, even when we haven't been able to put the ball in the hole. I think we've done a good job of following the scouting, guarding, but I'm proud of that. It's something that we tried to make sure that we brought in players that had that scorer's mentality, but also had the mentality to be able to defend and guard the way we wanted to, too.
That was actually going to be my next question. You guys are also aggressive, getting blocks and steals and things like that. What else are you emphasizing in practice, in scouting, things like that, to get people kind of all on the same page as a unit, just attacking whoever you're playing against?
I want to give a shout out to our guards. We've been on them about rebounding, and man, this last game they rebounded a lot, and that's something that we have to do. That goes along with our defensive pressure, our intensity. But I think the most important thing is what we just talked about, finishing. We got to work on putting them in situations at the end of practice and things like that more, where we can be confident when we're on the floor to finish our games. And I think that's something that we'll continue to keep working on. I think they already know our game plans when we go in and what that looks like. And I think for us, just making sure that we put them in the best possible position to be as comfortable as they can when it gets to those 2 or 3 point games where we got to get stops and then scores.
And last weekend's game, obviously, 3-point game, you guys had to furiously come back in the second half. What do you credit that to? Do you credit that to the strong offense or strong defense, or a little bit of both to kind of putting you back in a
Yeah,
position?
I think you got to be both. I think we came out and it was our ball coming out of halftime. I think we did a great job of executing the play that we drew up, and then we got right into our defense. And I think our defense led to us being able to push the ball in transition, TK being able to get downhill to Leah Kemp and be able to score, opening up the three-point shot, just the different things that we had. And I think that's something that I'm excited to see, because that's something that we worked on over and over again in the summer and in the preseason, trying to make sure that we can put points on the board. But you got to be able to defend, and I think that's where, we had to get one more stop. Or, one thing I'm really disappointed in, and we talked about this, is our free throw box out. We gave up 2 or 3 free throw box outs, and it cost us some points. And so just emphasizing on those little things. But I'm going to go back and say, again, we're 5 games in, and I'm really proud of where we're at. I know we got to grow. No one wants to lose, the players, the coaches, but we also have to understand that we are building. We're building and growing. And from where we were last year to where we are now, I'm really proud of our growth.
How does that make you feel as a coach, just see all that improvement just in 2 years? It feels like you guys are even, top 4 in the league right now, competing, being really close in games. Just how's that feel for you?
Well, at the end of the day, that's why I was brought here. I was brought here to be able to get this program back and brought here to bring wins. And no one likes the wins where you say, oh, we coulda, shoulda, woulda. But I also have to, us as a staff and the team, I want them to understand how proud of them we are of them and how we're growing every day. And I have no doubt that we're going to continue to keep competing. And my job as a head coach is to make sure I put them in positions in practice where we're ready to finish those games out at the end.
You've talked a lot about different players throughout this conference, but I think one that's really exciting, Abigail Holden playing really well, shooting the 3, driving the lane. Just how big her contribution's been as well, in addition to everybody else that you've talked about so far.
Yeah, I think Abby's contribute comes from all the other players too. I think having guards where everybody on the floor, they have to make sure they know where Nahau is. They have to make sure Micah when she's on the floor, Talia Kemp when she has the ball. It's so many different avenues and different ways that we could go. I think that's helped Abby out a lot. Abby does a great job of understanding and knowing her role. And yes, she can shoot the ball, but we're challenging her every single day to do other things too. She's been rebounding. She's been doing a lot of other things. So I think this is just a close-knit group of young ladies who the credit goes to everyone on the team. And I think that for us is why we've had the opportunity to have the success and be in the games, and as you said, be in the top 4 in the league right now because of that.
What has surprised you the most as you started conference play? Whether it's specific player, team-wide, what are some of these that I was not expecting this?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that I wasn't expecting. I think as a coach, because we haven't seen the teams in person, I think that's something for me, and as a staff, that's something that is really important, that we get a chance to lay our eyes on the team as they come in, because you can scout on film and you can see, but when you see them in person, I think that helps us able to evaluate to see how much more improvement and where we need to go, especially for the second time around when we start playing people. I think that we're right there. I think we have to clean up a lot of little things, as I talked about. But not surprised, I think we're doing well, in all the things that we've emphasized in. I would love for us to continue to just keep getting better at running the ball in transition, pushing the ball. I think we have a lot of offensive weapons, but I think at times we sometimes settle. And I think that's something that we talk about as a staff and as a team, that we want to make sure we're getting the best shot and the best time in the game, in the game time situations and what that is.
You already mentioned a couple of tough road games coming up, particularly Chattanooga. They're top in the conference. What have you seen from them?
Yeah.
and what's your biggest goal?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, they have a lot of returners on that team. I think that was one of the biggest reasons, and of course, being runners-up last year in the league. I think they do what they do. They shoot the three. They get down and get the ball down the floor very fast. So defense transition is going to be crucial for us. And they have multiple players that can do different things. Shoot the three. Their point guard is really crafty. Can get down the hill. She's the engine that makes them go. And then everyone else, I think, does a great job of shooting the three, getting inside out. They do a lot of those different things. They're going to run a ton of stuff and do a lot of different things. We're going to have to be connected defensively to make sure that we're running the scout and doing the scout the way that we're supposed to. So we're just super excited for the challenge. Like, be able to go on the road and have the opportunity to play the #1 team in the league. And we feel like, again, as we said earlier, that we're getting to the point where we're peaking and trying to play our best basketball. We're excited about going.
Coach, I think it was last week, I believe I saw a picture of you in the locker room after the game. You're dancing with the players and stuff. You're getting into it in there. Like, just describe the energy in the locker room after a win. How does that kind of bring your group together? Because it feels good to win 1, 2, 3 in a row, but even just have that kind of energy going in the locker room where you're even feeling it.
Yeah, that's this group. I love this group. I love who they are. They have allowed me to push them every single day, challenge them. And so when it's fun and it's time, winning is fun. And it's fun for them because they put in all the hard work, right? But it's also a joy for me to see them. So the happiness comes from the bond and the connection that I have with this group. And just a joy to know that every single day, every win is crucial. Every win is a great feeling. But to be able to celebrate with them for all the hard work that they've put in from the summertime to preseason to now is just a joy. And I love this game. And I'm a winner and I'm a competitor. And so when we win, I want them to celebrate, and I'm going to celebrate with them because it's the small victories and the small moments that prepare you for the big moments. So I want them to be excited after every win because they've earned it, and to build them to where we're trying to go, and that's the big moments.
Okay, anything else for Coach? Coach, I'm going to ask you if you would.
Yes.
Introduce Nahawa and what she brings to the table and
Yeah.
helps your basketball.
Yeah, so we have Nahawa. She is, again, graduate student that decided to come back, super proud, like just our floor general captain. Again, I think someone that echoes me and what I say and carries it over in the locker room. And in coaching, that's what you want. And someone that lays it on the line every single day, defensively, goes hard, even when she's tired, when she's hurting. And I think she sets a great example for our team. So another big reason why I wanted to bring her today, because of how hard we fought to get to where we're at right now, is a big part of a lot of the returners and their belief in what we could do and how we could get there. And I just am super proud of how she's growing every single day and helping us become the best versions of ourselves. So, Nahawa.
Okay. How, if you would, give just an opening statement, how you think the season's going up to this point.
Okay. So we 2-3 right now, but it really doesn't feel like we 2-3. I feel like we're right there. We just lost 3 games to at home, but I feel like we just have to clean up stuff. As Coach said, it's just small things, how to know how to finish the games, or when we have the advantage, we have to know how to keep the teams in that position and not let them just get a one steal or one big rebound, whatever. And we just have to be mentally prepared for that, because in this conference, everybody going to fight, everybody wants to win, so yeah.
Now, I know when you talked at the beginning of the season, you talked about wanting to finish what you've started. How do you feel this season's gone? How are you feeling? How things are going so far?
It's feeling great. I'm not gonna lie. Like, compared from last year, at this point we were like already in the losing side. Right now we're in the winning side. So we just have to keep up and just keep fighting, keep doing what we're doing and just listen what the coaches have to say, follow the scout, and follow what they have for us.
What do you feel like has been the biggest win so far throughout conference play this season?
I feel like the first game, Western Carolina, that was a big step, like because that was the first game we knew what we wanted. We didn't start the game right, but I remember when we went to the locker room, I stepped up, me and two more people, we said, we're not losing this game. We're going home with a win. So that was the first step, and everybody follows, and yeah.
You guys are down big on Saturday, and then you guys came back, close game, didn't go your way, but just, as a leader, as a captain, how are you bringing your teammates together and helping them, get rallied and trying to win?
I feel like they follow when I'm talking to them. I know when we're not going our hardest. I know when somebody's not in their best. I just try to make them follow what I'm doing. I'm very I don't like to talk that much. I have to do it, but I don't talk it. It's more example. I'm going to do it, and I want you to follow me. But when we get to the locker room before coaches get in, I'm going to talk, and I'm going to say, hey, we're missing this. We need to fix that, and then just keep going.
How do you pick up on that in the middle of a game? Just like what kind of goes through your head when you see something? How does that kind of work for you?
I feel like we have a great relationship, so I know my teammates. I know when they're not in their best. I know like the faces, expressions, when they're not making shots. So that's very easy because we connected and we close to each other, so that's easy to tell.
Which teammate do you think you do the best job of that with? Who's a teammate you can read really well and you have a good relationship with?
I would say Ariana Bennett, because we've been together from last year. We're roommates now, and we just know each other. We spend a lot of time together, and I just can read her whenever she's not or where she's in her best. And I know I can just sit with her and talk to her, and same thing with her. She gonna come to me and, hey, you good, you get this, so.
Your coach said you kind of echo her. Is there anything specifically that you hear from her that you think is the most important thing when you're kind of talking to your teammates?
I think it's in general everything, just a relationship. I know I can go to her office anytime. I can call her, I can text her, and she's gonna be there for me. So, and that's the biggest reason I came back too, because I have that relationship with her. So it's easy to follow her steps because I believe what she's telling me, and she trusts me. I trust her, so that's very easy to just take that and tell my teammates.
Is there anything Coach Hurd does in practice you don't want to echo? Is there any drill she runs that you're not your favorite thing?
I don't like 3-man 52. No, like every time we do that, I'll be like, oh, yes. Or when we're in the middle of practice, she's like a shooting drill or something. I'll be like, oh, but we have to do it.
That's why we score more points.
Exactly.
Now, when you said how this time last season you guys were kind of on the losing end already, what do you think is the biggest difference in this team, the reason you guys are on the opposite end of the conversation so far?
I would say the will to win. Like last year we didn't have that discipline. People were not like wanted to do the little things. I feel like this year we have people for everything. Even the people who on the bench, I know I have them in the bench, but they're gonna come to me in the middle of the game. Hey, you have this play. Hey, they're reading the game for me. Like I know, and the relationship we have, that's a big thing too. Like we can just talk to each other, be around each other, and that's easier for us.
Okay, anything else for the hall? All right, thank you, ladies, appreciate it. All right, we'll bring men's basketball